This time on Classic Reviews, we're going to be looking at the Rob Reiner directed romantic fantasy film, The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride was directed by Rob Reiner and stars Cary Elwes, Wright, and Mandy Patinkin, and is the story of a grandson and a grandfather who is reading to his grandson the story of the Princess Bride, and through that we enter the storybook world of the Princess Bride and follow the story of Wesley and Buttercup and their romance as they try to fight off against a evil Prince Humperdinck who is after Princess Buttercup to marry her. Right off the bat, when rewatching this film, I've seen this film millions of times before. One thing I noticed when rewatching this film is just how easy it is to get into. There's just something about this film that is so timeless that anyone of any age can watch it and just enjoy it. It's just such a fun film, and it's really funny too. That's something that I think this film does right, is it has the right balance of comedy, swashbuckling, action, romance, just all of it just comes together in such a perfect package that nothing really feels out of place or tonally inconsistent. It's just a really fun ride. And I love the whole idea of this grandfather telling this story to his grandson. And continuing inside the story, it's just such a sweet story and just a really fun ride from beginning to end. I love the little, romance between Princess Buttercup and Wesley. That's really well done. This was a film that introduced Robin Wright, and she is really good in this film. As well as Cary Elwes, who is just really fun in the film. But the one that really steals the show is Mandy Patinkin as Inigo Montoya, who is hunting down the man who killed his father. He's a man with 6 fingers, and he's on this revenge quest to find him and kill him. And his journey is really, really interesting, and he acts the hell out of this movie. Mandy Patinkin gives it his all, and he doesn't need to. He gives a really incredible performance in this, and just when he finally reaches his goal, it's so satisfying to watch. He's just incredible. Also, I love just the sets in this film. This film, of course, it's got this, cheap 80s quality to it, and every set in the film looks like a set. There's nothing really real about these sets, but they're so well done and detailed that they just look really good. It's like you're watching a stage play at points, especially during the sword fight between Wesley and Inigo Montoya. It's really well done, and the sword fights are very well done and well choreographed too. It's just a very swashbuckling type movie. I also like how this film deals with typical tropes within the fantasy genre as well as just romances in general. They take different aspects of these genres and just kind of play around with them a little bit and flip them on their heads, and it's really interesting, and I like how they do that. The romance is very cheesy, and it's meant to be cheesy. It's just trying to be a heightened reality almost. Also, upon rewatch, this film is as funny as it's ever been. I was laughing most of the time during this film. All the jokes just really land and work, and they're just really fun, and it's because these actors have really good delivery with their lines, as well as the jokes themselves are really, really funny. It's just a really sweet film that doesn't take itself too seriously, but yet it's so emotionally satisfying, especially towards the end and everything. You're rooting for these characters, you really love them. There's not a single character in this film that I dislike because they're just all really fun. This is definitely a film that I can rewatch anytime and just have a blast, and it's something that I hope that future generations continue to watch. I hope parents or grandparents, just continue to show children this film because it's just a really good story. It's simple, romantic, and just a lot of fun. It's a really, really good film. Also, I want to point out the end credits song of this film is extremely well done, and yes, it makes me cry every time. It's just a really good song, and I really like it. And it's a good way to bookend the film. I just really enjoy this film a lot. So, anyway, guys, with all that said, I'm going to give The Princess Bride an 8 out of 10. This is such a good film. It's just wholesome and funny, it's romantic, it's exciting. It's just a whole bunch of things that really work together. Rob Reiner did an excellent job with this film. It's one of his best, and just this film is so quotable too. The quotes, it's so good. So anyway, guys, with all that said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review.